Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you all so much for joining us here for this breaking news update. I am Christy Calcagno. We are interrupting our normal programming online to bring you this coverage of the Monks for Peace March that is right now making its way across South Carolina. A beautiful day out there and for a day of peace. Now, these monks entered our state earlier this week. You are taking a look at video that the monks provided and their team have provided through their pilgrimage, through their walk. Now, right now, they are in Saluda County, and then this Saturday, they're supposed to be here in Columbia. Now, if you don't know, these are Buddhist monks. They started their journey back on October 26th. Can you believe it? They started over in Fort Worth, Texas, and their goal is to get to Washington, D.C. They have traveled already through 10 states. Their goal is to highlight Buddhism and its message of peace. Now, the group has amassed such a large following online and, of course, as they are continuing to track their progress, here is a look right now of that map. And you can see that red dot is moving right on into the capital city. At last check, they had more than 400,000 followers all on Facebook. Now, it is also interesting to know they are not alone. They also have a dog, a Loca, that's with them, that has also amassed so many people. He is the peace dog. He is and also means the Sanskrit word for enlightenment. So exciting over there. And over in Saluda, there is already dozens of people out there waiting for the monks to pass through. We have News 19's Megan Dauschkis there right in Saluda County. Okay, give it to us, Megan. How does it feel out there? There are so many people behind you.
Christy, I've got to tell you, there is probably hundreds of people out here right now. Let's take a look at everyone who has showed up. The excitement has been going on, and we have people with flowers, kids, people brought gifts. Everyone's getting really excited. I just saw the Saluda County Sheriff deputies, walk by, kind of preparing. We heard, we saw some cars coming through, some officers' cars with some lights on. Think that they might be coming here soon. And we also saw the monks' motorhome, which just took a turn right on this corner over here. It follows in front of them. So they should be coming through any minute now. Hopefully soon we'll see them coming by. We still have traffic coming through behind us. You can see we've got some pretty big trucks. But let me tell you, those big trucks have actually been getting the crowd pretty excited. They've been honking their horns and people have been really happy about it. So, I mean, the atmosphere right now, there's just so much excitement to follow this journey.
I feel like also, Megan, there's not only excitement, there's also just a sense of peace. I'm seeing so many families out there. I'm seeing children. I'm seeing adults out there coming together. What is it like to see everybody just be there in that moment? Kind of talk me through. Have you been able to speak to some people out there so far?
Yeah, I have, and people feel that there's a lot going on in this world right now, and that something like this really brings everybody together. I mean, like you said, families, but even just the community. I spoke with some people coming from Spartanburg, Greenville area, so they took a bit of a drive to get here, and you know, prior to this week, they were originally going to go through Spartanburg and Greenville, but changed their route, so they're coming through Saluda, Lexington, into Columbia later this weekend. But yeah, people are traveling to come see them and share this peace that the monks are supporting.
So how far are they away right now, Megan? Out of any chance, could you see them behind you? I see people there with their cell phones, but how far away are they right now?
Can't see them above that hill right now. Last time I spoke, we've been in touch with the Saluda County Emergency Services trying to get that updated time on when they're coming. It's kind of hard to tell. Their live map online doesn't update as fast as you might think it would. But the emergency services, I'd say about 5 minutes ago, thought they were about 10 to 15 miles out. So hopefully sometime soon. They are about, I think, 2 miles last time we spoke with them, which was probably about 5 to 10 minutes ago. So hopefully any moment they will be coming nearby.
Okay, I love this, Megan. We are going to keep you around and you're going to be able to give us that update when you and our team is able to see them in your vision. We are going to come back to you in just a little bit, but we appreciate you being out there. What a beautiful sense of peace and just excitement out there in Saluda County. Now, this is not the only opportunity. We were actually able to speak to other supporters who were out there during this Walk for Peace. Take a listen.
They're walking for peace, not for just me, not for just my town, but for the whole world. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. You see people protesting and actively going against their walk for peace, and that's the biggest reason we need them to walk for peace, to show the others that the reason we're so divided is because we're dividing ourselves, and that this walk for peace is for all of us, not just one group of people.
Now, I've been following the journey and I'm excited. We need peace. With everything that's going on in this world right now, we definitely need peace. So that's why I'm out here. I've been following it. I'm hoping to catch them when they get through Blythewood. I was been looking at it. I was going to actually try to go when they went through Rock Hill. But once I saw they were coming to Columbia, I was excited. So I came out, me and my best friend, and we're here now. And I'm going to try to see them as much as I can where they're going through South Carolina.
Very latest there, as in today, as we've been talking about for the past couple of minutes now, these monks are walking for peace. It'll be passing through Saluda County with also a planned lunch stop. That'll be at the courthouse between 10:30 and 1 o'clock. Now, they're already in Saluda County. You can see that's where they are, that red dot right there. And then they are going to be making their way over to the State House and over at the courthouse. They're going to be there over the weekend with that planned spot. Now, here's the big thing. We already were able to see so many people, hundreds of people out there in Saluda County. They're already in the street. Of course, the Sheriff's Department is continuing to block traffic there. But one thing I really want to mention to you, which would be able to see, if it is possible, I was actually able to see in Megan's live shot some people with flowers. That was so beautiful to see that they were coming out with flowers there, but it looks like they are on their way and they are coming there too. We do want to mention, as you're taking that live shot, and it's a little far away from here, don't worry, they're going to be walking straight on over to where Megan is, but we do want to mention the community, as you see here in Saluda County, is able to witness this walk, but the monks are asking that people, if you do come out on their walk at all for the next couple of days, just make sure this is not a marathon. This is not a parade. This is a very meditative event. So supporters are just asked to refrain from cheering, yelling, honking horns. This is a silent wave or even a bow is something that they're really going to be asking to. Also, you're asking to just dress modestly, stay calm, and be very respectful. Of course, stay behind the pace of them, because this is something that we already have saw in Saluda County, that they are blocking traffic for them to come through this town. Just be extremely cautious when you are also driving and walking near them. The group has already suffered a tragedy. You remember on this journey, one monk was hit by a vehicle near Houston, Texas, resulting in a leg amputation. So drivers just urged to slow down, give this group a wide amount of space there. And also, of course, to prevent any stress from Aloka, the peace dog, spectators are kindly asked not to bring their own pets when coming to see the monks. You can see him right there on your screen. Just make sure that you are very quiet and you are very respectful of this. Now, we did mention the flowers. I were able to see some people already in Saluda County with flowers. Now, anybody who wants to do that, yes, they can bring blessing cords to well wishes. Do not sell items. That is the biggest thing. If you are going out at all, you are not asked to sell items. The monks do accept food offerings, which should be vegetarian. So residents often offer water, fruit, bread, or cooked rice. But we also did mention that they are going to have that lunch planned over at the State House. Those wishing to support their logistical needs, we're talking about shoes, medical supplies, vehicle fuel. You could do so online. That donation link is found on their social media channels, which is already meet, as you can already see over in Saluda County. So many people out there. All righty, everybody. It looks like the time is now over in Saluda County. It looks like the Sheriff's Department in the county is right now blocking traffic. And you can see that they are already blocking the road, making sure that spectators are giving them ample amount of room so they can see that moment firsthand. But again, we are just seeing that if you are going out on this walk at all in the future, in the next couple of days, we just ask that, again, this is a walk for peace. making sure that you are just staying informed, no cheering, no yelling. It is just a bow or just a greet. You can always wave. You could do anything like that during this walk for peace. But it looks like we're trying to find the most perfect spot right now as we are able to see the monks heading on into the county. Again, if this is all part of your day, you could also see flowers out there. That is all an appropriate offering that you can give. Just making sure that you are just staying calm and also making sure that the Sheriff's Department, you are listening to them as they are giving them a clear path as they continue on their walk for peace. Already thousands of people have seen them on social media. You can always follow their map. All you got to do is search their map. And that is something that you can see as they're walking on into the State House right now. I'm going to go ahead and send this back on over to Megan. Megan, it might be hard to hear right now, but can you go ahead and just tell me a little bit about what you're hearing, what you're seeing? It's very calm out there right now. It's what I can hear.
Christy, it just got a lot quieter than it has been out here as the monks are walking up West Church Street. We are seeing these officers come through right now. They're going to come up this road and then take a right onto the Saluda County Courthouse steps, have lunch. They're having lunch before noon, and then after that they're going to have a speech right after. It's really definitely getting quiet. We can see people all getting pretty close to the route where they're going to come through, and we have a Saluda County Sheriff right in front of us kind of trying to stop traffic as they come through. A lot of people with flowers, lots of phones out getting videos, pictures, and looks like they are coming pretty quick. I spoke earlier with the emergency management, someone from the team, and they actually told me they tried to do some calculations to see how fast the monks walked, and they think it was about 3 to 6 miles an hour. So they're actually walking a lot faster than you might think.
Megan, we appreciate you so much. Here's what we're going to do right here on WLTX Plus. As the monks are walking, we, as with everybody, is going to take that sign of peace. And we're going to have some silence right now so you can just listen on in as they continue to walk right through our cameras. And they are continuing their walk to peace over to the State House and then eventually to D.C. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick second. We're going to give you that moment of silence as they walk through us.
Excuse me, thank you.
Okay, yeah, they're going up. See a shot of it.
Just place I'm gonna trust. Thank you. He's like running away. All right, hold on. I don't know if I can get up on this. Oh, my. Thanks.
Excuse me.
We are continuing to follow the very latest over in Saluda County. You are taking a live look at the Monks Walk for Peace. This is the walk all the way to Washington, D.C., day 75 right now. They are sitting outside the courthouse where they have just stopped for lunch. They're going to be sitting there for just a little bit, just reflecting on their journey as well. But we were able to see them as they were coming down the main street on over to this area in front of the courthouse, where they will then be reflecting and thus also fueling up before continuing on their walk all the way into the capital city and then eventually on over to D.C. There is already thousands of people. A lot of them are just staying quiet, trying to get a glimpse of this once-in-a-lifetime moment. You can see some cell phones out there and also roses. What we were able to see during that silence walk, a lot of people were doing exactly what we have been hearing, making sure that they're staying quiet, they're offering flowers, they're offering just a sign of peace with either a traditional bow or even a wave there. And it looks like, if you can see directly on in the middle, they are surrounded by all of those flowers that so many people in Saluda County, and what Megan was able to tell us, even beyond Saluda County, people were able to travel just to come here and support these monks. You are still taking a live look there right outside the courthouse, and take a look at this. Volunteers are able to come on by and offer them food, after them water, any type of nutrients that they're able to get as they are continuing on this walk. Definitely some beautiful faces right there. And you can see what I love is that people are bowing with respect. People are able to just take that moment of silence and take this all in. Again, this is a once in a lifetime moment that people are seeing, and it is coming right through the capital city. I also was able to see a Loca out there. The pup is doing so well, which is also beautiful to see. But I also love the amount of people that are still surrounding them, and the volunteers who are taking their time to offer them food and water during all of this. Rob Ellis is joining us right now, too. Now, they had a beautiful day out there in Saluda County. What's the weather looking like when they get to this courthouse?
So keep in mind, this is planned through January.
Right.
Where typically we would expect, in the South, we expect warm temperatures. We expect it to be average highs in the mid-50s. 57 is our average high this time of year. We're seeing those temperatures. It's warmer than that now.
Okay.
And we haven't even seen the peak of our times. I also briefly wanted to show you the traffic map, because when you head over to Saluda, you can certainly see that it has an impact with the people that are there, the roads that are going to be blocked off. And that's certainly going to have an impact, especially there where you see Church Street. That's the areas that you're seeing where the slowdowns, the yellows and oranges showing up on the map, where they eventually will continue east through Church Street and then eventually start a trek towards the north and east. And of course, we're going to follow those traffic flows as we continue to see that cascade down. We mentioned temperatures. Right now in Saluda, it is 61 degrees.
Wow.
So with an average high of 57, we're already at 61 at 11:37 here, so seeing the temperatures well above average for where they should be for this time of year, and likely going to continue warming up. We expect temperatures to be near 70 for today, and we do have a little bit of high thin cloudiness that's been overhead. That may be good news. A long walk in the sunshine in the south, even with January, the sun angle can still be pretty strong. And it doesn't take long to be outside, and you can, even in the wintertime, in fact, probably more often in the wintertime, you can get sunburned because you're not thinking about putting on sunscreen during the wintertime. It's not necessarily as warm, but it still can cause some problems. Good news is we do have that high thin cloudiness that's been in place, and the high temperatures today are expected to be near 70 degrees. We'll put it at 71 for Saluda. So we're talking about almost 15 degrees above the average for this time of year. So when this walk was planned, was that a consideration to go to an area where the temperatures were warmer? But even this is warmer than average. Overall, pretty pleasant. It is a bit on the humid side. That's why we had some fog this morning. But certainly an improvement there. So definitely enjoying temperatures that are warmer than average for this time of year.
Yeah, and they started, it's 2,300-mile journey over from Fort Worth, Texas, and they started back on October 26th. So it really is great conditions out there for the weather as they are continuing on over to the State House there, and then obviously going on over to Washington, D.C. Again, there are thousands of people right now in Saluda County, and you can even see that map. They still have a long way to go to get to D.C. They are are the red dot that you can see on the left-hand side, and then directly on in the middle is where you can see them at the State House, and then they'll continue on their journey. Again, as we are continuing to follow the very latest on this walk, and as they come through the Midlands, as always, we want to go ahead and show you back on over in Saluda County, people just taking this all in. Look at everybody out there, still continuing with their offerings, still having those flowers, even just taking selfies. Again, that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Now, throughout all of this, our photographer and our team with Megan Dauschkis, she is out there with people. So, Megan, I want to toss this over to you. What is it like? You have been there. You saw that moment. Take us to it.
Yeah, that moment that they started getting closer to us walking by, seeing so many people all together get so silent at one time, it gives you chills. There was a lot of silence giving flowers. I saw, as you might have seen too, as the monks walked through, the amount of flowers that they were being given and carrying. Right now, they're going to be having lunch. They have their RV set up where they're able to make lunch. And I actually looked up why they eat lunch before noon, and some follow these, some not all of them do, but it says, you know, curbing desire, encouraging mindful living, and reducing drowsiness, and to enhance meditation. And actually, speaking of meditation, I do see some people out here on the courthouse green meditating right now, bringing in the same peace that the monks are.
How has been the reaction so far? I know a lot of people are out there with their cell phones. I can see that as well, just taking it all in. How has it been so far? Of course, everybody looks like they're giving them their space, they're giving them their time. And I also love to hear that people are also meditating. And also, it's cool to see, again, with the kiddos out there on dad's shoulders. I see some of that as well. So take us through it. It looks like they're having lunch right now, but people are also just giving them their space.
Yes, people are. I mean, they were able to, you know, kind of tape off a spot in the middle of the green. So they did have their space and people weren't going up to them while they had their lunch. But yes, they're definitely a little crowded around the circle of them. But people are quiet. They're giving their respects. They're not yelling. There is some protesters nearby that you may hear in the background, are a little bit louder. But right now, all on the green of the Saluda County Courthouse, it's quiet. There's phones out, there's signs out. I'm seeing a sign with a heart that is an earth, and it says World Peace on it. And yes, children out here, even the children are silent right now. There's a lot of silence, a lot of respect, watching, just seeing what's going on, and I think a lot of people are taking in the peace that they're trying to bring along as they stand here.
Megan, we appreciate you so much. We appreciate Chris out there as well for taking their time to really give us that inside look, that live look right there in Saluda County outside the courthouse there. They are continuing their walk through the capital city into D.C. We are going to be there over the weekend when they stop at the State House, and we are going to continue walking with them and giving you that look on their journey. Again, once in a lifetime. So I do want to, as we close out this chat, just again talking about how you can be a part of this walk and what the Buddhist traditions say that the monks relying on generosity of the communities as they pass through. So just to break down what they are expecting from the community and what they hope you do and do not do. Now, monks, as we have saw, they are accepting food offerings. They should be vegetarian. Residents often offer water, fruit, bread, or cooked rice. Those wishing to support their logistical needs, we're talking about shoes, medical supplies, vehicle fuel, they can do so. Online donation links found on their social media channels, as we have seen. Also, they are asking, it's a quiet reflection. This is not a marathon. This is not a parade. It's a meditative event. Megan was also showing that people were out there meditating themselves. So supporters refraining from cheering, yelling, or honking horns. Just a silent wave or a bow to show respect is a preferred greeting for them. And then, as always, safety first. You have been seeing the Saluda County Sheriff's Office work tirelessly as they continue on their route, and all of the sheriff's offices as they're continuing to be throughout the counties into the capital city and then throughout. Just make sure you are following all of them, making sure that, if you're driving in this area, stay cautious. You know, as we've already mentioned, the group suffered a tragedy on this journey. As you remember, one monk was hit by a vehicle near Houston, Texas, resulting in a leg amputation. So drivers in this area, you are urged to slow down, give the group a wide space. And you can see that over in Saluda County. But as always, this is a once in a lifetime. I don't know how many times I need to say it there, as thousands of people came out in Saluda County. And I am sure that people are going to be coming out there in the capital city in the next couple of days. Megan, Chris, we want to thank you all so much for being out there in Saluda County, giving us that inside look. Rob, we want to thank you for giving that inside look, as well as the weather. It's a beautiful day out there for it. We're having good temperatures out there, and it looks like they're going to have a great journey on over to South Carolina.
Yeah, the weekend is going to be interesting to see how
Yes.
going from near 80 on Saturday to the
Drop.
50s on Sunday, and by Monday morning we're talking 20s. So,
Wow.
you know, just think about that. If you're on a journey, how you're going to go from 80s to 20s over the course of 36 hours or so. So that's going to be a big change over the weekend.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to be following them as well as they're continuing their journey out of South Carolina as well. Well, thank you all so much for joining us right here on WLTX Plus. Don't go anywhere, because News 19 at noon is going to start in the next 15 minutes. We're going to have the very latest out over in Saluda County. We'll see you then.